Hey there, savvy investors and homeowners. Ever get that unsettling feeling that the housing market might be hiding something ominous beneath its glossy exterior? Well, buckle up, because in today's video, we're about to unveil the 10 warning signs that could be signaling a looming housing crash. It's not about spreading fear, but empowering you with knowledge to stay ahead of the curve. Number 1. Mortgage rates are high and aren't coming down soon. To drive inflation down to its goal of 2%, the Fed is promising to maintain higher rates for longer and giving hints that further rate increases may be required. Mortgage rates will stay high for much longer than currently projected. At 7.8%, the national 30-year mortgage interest rate is at its highest level in 23 years. This results in new buyers paying an average of $3,000 a month for their mortgages. The average American only makes $4,600 a month, which means that a significant portion of the payment is out of reach for most people and negatively affects demand when more supply enters the market. Number 2. The unsustainable price increases are over. Home prices increased at the quickest rate in U.S. history between 2020 and 2023, increasing dramatically from $329,000 in January 2020 to a staggering $500,000 in December 2020. It is a remarkable 45% increase without an equal increase in pay. It became evident around this time that the U.S. home market had entered a huge bubble. In the first quarter of 2023, that amount dropped to $441,000. By the end of the second quarter, it had once again dropped to $429,000. This indicates a change in the trend that had been keeping prices at unaffordable levels for several months. However, a new trend of price cuts is spreading throughout the country. Number 3. Sellers and home builders are drastically cutting property prices. A record number of sellers lowered the prices on their listings in the most recent quarter, per data from Redfin and Zillow. The proportion of home listings with a price reduction increased to 99.2% in September, and that amount increased by an additional 7% in October. That is a significant increase from month to month. According to the National Association of Home Builders, 32% of home builders dropped their prices in the previous month, on average by 6%. Number 4. Housing inventory continues to increase. The number of unsold homes on the market is beginning to rise. More than 500,000 unsold properties are currently available for purchase. According to the most recent data released by the National Association of Realtors, there is nearly 6% more housing available in the U.S. than there was a year ago. A market flooded with properties that are left on the market for extended periods indicates declining buyer interest. If there are more properties available on the market, but the demand isn't keeping up, that is a strong indication that there are more sellers than buyers and a significant change in the market is coming soon. Number 5. Shadow inventory threatens the market. In addition to the houses that are publicly listed, some properties are not officially listed but may come up for sale at any time. These are referred to as shadow inventory. There are roughly 5.5 million properties that fit that description, according to Redfin. Should a significant number of shadow homes unexpectedly become available for purchase, an excess of supply could enter the market, driving down prices. Number 6. Buyers have no confidence. The thought that a collapse in the housing market is near can be very frightening for a buyer or a homeowner. The last thing you want to have to deal with when the economy is collapsing is a massively overpriced asset. The housing market has a good chance of collapsing soon if people believe that things are not going well. 85% of consumers said that now is not the right time to purchase a home, with the majority of respondents blaming high mortgage rates and inflation for their concerns. That was the lowest reading on consumer confidence in 11 months, confirming the nationwide cooling of the demand for homes. Number 7. Builders and realtors don't have confidence either. Real estate agents can observe problems as they arise on the ground. That's why their insight is so invaluable, particularly at crucial moments. The percentage of agents who anticipate a rise in lot traffic over the next 3 months fell to 8% in October from 11% in the previous month. Builders have noted a decline in buyer traffic as higher interest rates have priced some buyers out of the market, especially the younger generation. Number 8. Mortgage lenders are starting to panic. For most of us, purchasing a home requires a mortgage, so the tightening of credit conditions by lenders is also a sign of trouble ahead for the market. According to the most recent report, as losses keep rising, mortgage lenders are beginning to restrict loan availability. By the end of the third quarter of 2023, the seasonally adjusted rate of delinquency for mortgage loans on residential properties with 1 to 4 units rose to 3.6% of all outstanding loans, according to the Mortgage Bankers Association. Number 9. Foreclosures are rising throughout the country. When homeowners are unable to make their mortgage payments and file for foreclosure, it's a bad sign. If that occurs on a large scale, the housing market may collapse. A foreclosure is the process by which a bank reclaims ownership of a home after the owner defaults on their mortgage loan, placing the property up for auction. Foreclosure filings in the United States increased by 22% in the first quarter of this year, according to analysts. The percentage of homeowners receiving foreclosure notices increased to 28% in the second quarter and to 34% in the third. Researchers point out that there has been a 23-month streak of rising annual foreclosure activity. Number 10. Economic indicators point to a downturn. The state of the economy as a whole determines how well the housing market performs. Many people may lose their main source of income if the economy collapses and businesses close their doors and lay off workers. As a result, these people may find it difficult to make their mortgage payments, which could hurt the housing market and the economy as a whole. Moreover, a downturn in consumer confidence may be a major factor in housing crash. Inflation is the main reason why 78% of Americans think the economy is headed in the wrong direction, according to a CNN survey. This sentiment implies that consumers are becoming increasingly irritated with the rising costs of goods and services, and regrettably, it appears that the period of rising prices is here to stay.